Hello, my name is Benjamin Hart. I'm an American attorney and the managing director of Integrity Legal here in Bangkok, Thailand. As the title of this video suggests, this is kind of a sort of an opinion piece, not a very long one, but yeah, I've had a lot of correspondence, both very negative toward how I look at this overall situation. Some folks are very negative toward how they view the response to this has been handled. And I think it's worth clarifying what I think, because I think some people have like wildly, they're fundamentally out, their belief about what I think is fundamentally out of sync with what I actually think. At the end of the day, the title of this video sums it up. It's a tragedy of good intentions, to my mind. You know, we have had people that have been operating in good faith, I hope, operating in good faith in governments around the world at an international level. And we also have private citizens in the public who are, I think, operating in good faith. But it's just a bad situation. Unfortunately, it's gotten into a feedback loop. And also, I think levels of hysteria have risen to the point where reasonable discussion is sort of been thrown out the window. I have to imagine, you know, people do kind of calm down eventually, and at some point this will come back around, but I don't know when that will be. And look, crazier, more, hysterical is the wrong word, but more nonsensical things have lasted longer than COVID or some of the less than reasonable responses to COVID, let's put it that way. For example, you know, the Soviet Union, which clearly didn't work on an economic level, lasted for 70 years. So, you know, I'm hoping cooler heads will prevail, more reasonable heads will prevail sooner rather than later, and we can get past this. But to me, at this point, it's just, in my opinion, kind of the tragedy of good intentions. I made another video on this, and to reiterate it, you know, my biggest point is I don't think anybody's acting badly particularly, but you know, there may be competence issues depending on where you look. But one of the biggest things is it's the entire notion in my mind that a government can eradicate a disease. You know, that's arguably only happened twice in history. Smallpox, and there was another, like, rhinovirus or something, and don't quote me on that, but I know for a fact smallpox. But it took multi-generations, and it didn't happen, you know, within a year. And on top of that, we didn't shut down our whole economy to get that done, you know, and for a prolonged period of time. It happened over time. Medical science dealt with it. Vaccination campaigns and things got out there, and smallpox went away, and that's a great thing, you know. But the reason I bring that up is because it's really the major exception rather than the rule. And B, smallpox was, to the best of my understanding, far more deadly than what we're dealing with now. It was really a terrible disease, too. I understand COVID is not good, but if I was picking between COVID and smallpox, I'll probably take COVID. The point of this video, though, is I think everybody's trying to act in good faith. I think everybody's trying, but, you know, we end up in a feedback loop of non-solutions or bad methodologies, and everything just kind of, you know, it just kind of engages in sort of an economic entropy, as well as, you know, people kind of want to start doubling down. You know, people start putting blinders on and just sort of trying to make whatever methodology they think should work, even if it's not necessarily working. Hopefully we'll come through this sooner rather than later, but I just wanted to make this video to sort of clarify my position. You know, I'm not blaming anyone for this per se, although, you know, I think some of the responses lack something to be desired. But at the end of the day, it's a disease. We've got to deal with it. And, you know, it's just sad that things have kind of brought us to this point in the road.